looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now a play fake and it's Stafford. Throw left side complete. That's Meyer. Nice move at the 40. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there on the catch and run, and even 70 yards. They go play action here on first down. To the left side here for Eifert. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Again, it's Stafford. And he's got his man in stride, complete. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And a nice pickup there. It gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. And Myers able to knock it through. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
first now. Converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They'll toss it to Coleman. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football.
And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way.
Watch him now, Barney.
They'll look to throw. Out to the right here to Wilson. And shedding through the tackle. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there. But they do convert on 4th. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Back there to that Philly. Here we go. Over.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play there for Detroit. 41 yards.
It's bad enough watching all the highlight reels, watching guys in warm-ups, going up and making these incredible one-handed acrobatic catches. But when it happens right in front of you, when you're defending him, that just makes your day that much longer, and you just wonder, how are we ever going to cover these guys?
And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And Tate's got it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First catch so far for Tate, and he's got a 1st down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Back to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Coleman. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now back to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
So typically you'd say nice job defensively to force a decision on 4th down, but they've already gone for it once and converted, so you better make sure your defense stays out on the field and is alert.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Now they try the right side here. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Tackle made by Ziggy Ansah.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Stafford on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
When we talk about the best corners in the league, we're usually saying shutdown corners, guys you can't complete passes against. Richard Sherman fits that definition to a T. The best part of his game, no wasted moves. He studies the opponent so well, hard to get a pass on Richard Sherman.
Gone! Detroit! Gone!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This is caught. It's Ryan Grant. Touchdown, Detroit. Ryan Grant, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are in for 6. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that. I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
Now a handoff looking right. And now running right through it. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
After the run, here's 2nd and 8 from the 27. To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. Forced out to his left, and that's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Hey, go here!
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Now he'll escape to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. So they took a shot there on 3rd down. Couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Wasn't it fun in pregame standing downstairs and watching Matthew Stafford throw the football? I mean, that bad boy just whistled.
He can just rock it.
It just whistled by us, didn't it? But what is the one knock on him? Accuracy.
Yeah.
And that's what we just saw there, an incompletion on that throw downfield.
On the return, it's Tate. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. Oh, and now he bowls him over. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Oh, heck of a move. Man. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Oftentimes you say some guys have a knack for creating turnovers. He forced a fumble last week, forces another one.
And one of my good coaching buddies, Frank Delano, always told me, hey, Davis, creating turnovers is not as much about skill as it is about desire.
Oh, I thought it was going to be will, because will rhyme with skill.
Now, look at 56.
Come on,
Look
man.
at
With desire. We'll go with desire.
What are you, the rhyme master now?
Check, check. Watch before. Watch before. Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to let it go deep for the end. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Davante Adams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. And they're able to up the lead by one more. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you...
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the gun, here's Stafford. Got a man on the right sideline. It's Baker. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. And the Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Give me radar. 21. Hey, takes 2 right there.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Detroit! 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 Hot!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Davante Adams, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
Love his pocket awareness, able to slip out of the sack. But once you take your eyes off the receivers, once your eyes come down and you see the rush, hard to get back downfield and find an open target. Fortunate, that one just wound up as an incomplete pass.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Gun! 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 Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Detroit! Detroit!
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Well, you got a young quarterback. You know, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun!
They'll set up to throw. It's complete to Graham. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Ryan Graham, as the first half is winding down. And the Lions add on to their lead. And he knocks it through. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
13 seconds, the time remaining in the half as they come up on first down.
21.
Play action. Stafford. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now they try the right side here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So, well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now a handoff looking right. Dancing away at the 30. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2. Now they try the right side here. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. They're going for it. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And the Lions have recovered. And they're going to hold serve. The defense stops them. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been at a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling. Maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
Detroit! Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90! Gun!
They'll set up a throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there are more people there to get him down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Hey, you got 3. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
He'll drop to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carl Lawson in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly
you
right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Now a first down throw, Stafford. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Second and 10, Stafford again. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Ziggy Ansah in there to sack him for a loss of 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
10. Hey, take 2.
3rd and long, it's Stafford. And that is incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
Double. 32.
They are going to go for it. It's Stafford. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Meyer. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now they'll run it on the toss. Trucks over it, and now running right through it. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They get it to him running left. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They get 5 on the run, but it leaves them with a tough 3rd and goal forthcoming. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
On 3rd down, it's Austin. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. That one, 28 yards on the ground. Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, Thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that, hitting the defense hard early? And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
Coleman now. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellows up front in order to bring this one home.
Detroit!
Back to throw here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. 3rd down here. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The Lions on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. He's going to get this inside the 30.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
56. Detroit! Detroit!
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He completes it to Tate. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Here's Coleman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
They go play action here on first down. And this one's incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Tevin Coleman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Lions just continue to pour it on. And his kick is good. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Steps away to his left. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play there for Cincinnati. 45 yards.
21.
On first down at Stafford. Dancing to his left. Incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Stay 50, stay 50.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Here we go, here we go.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now Stafford. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Kevin White, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and that will get him one closer. Here's Myers now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But, you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. It's a big play there for the Lions. 42 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're going to look to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
Detroit! Watch him now, Barney!
They'll go with the keeper, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. Fighting through, and he's got space.
She's been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
Detroit! Detroit!
That one looks like he'll throw here. Drops it off for Coleman. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game.
Four down. No. Check. Patriot! Patriot! Detroit! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Oh, fighting off the defender. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout, as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Gun!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. This will be caught just inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Detroit!
It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.
you.